Hi, third grade. Today we are going to model the distributive property with arrays to decompose units as a strategy to multiply. We have been working on our multiplication facts every day. Strategies that I have been teaching you to use to help solve these problems are skip counting or drawing arrays. Today I'm going to show you a third strategy to use called the distributive property. The distributive property breaks apart a large multiplication problem into two smaller multiplication problems as a strategy to solve multiplication. Today, we're going to continue to do that and write and solve expressions that match our arrays. Let's go ahead and look at this first problem. This array shows three groups of 6. So I know that I can draw an array like the one shown to help me solve the multiplication problem 3 times 6. However, what you can do is you can use the distributive property to break 3 times 6 up into two smaller problems. If you don't know the product, then you can make a dotted line in your array to break it up so now you have two separate arrays. Here's my first array above the dotted line. Here's my second array below the dotted line. So now I have two arrays. My first array shows one group of 6, and my second array shows two groups of 6 or two rows of 6. I now know that 1 times 6 and 2 times 6, they're a lot easier to solve than 3 times 6 if you're still learning your facts. So watch how I set this up. 3 times 6 equals 3 times 6 equals my two multiplication problems that I just broke my array up into. So 3 times 6 equals 1 times 6, and I'm going to place that in parentheses, plus 2 times 6 in parentheses. So my whole first problem, 3 times 6, now equals my two smaller multiplication problems. You always add them up together because you're looking for the entire total array. So that's why I put the addition problem there. So now I'm just going to solve as is. 3 times 6 equals, I'm going to make a caret underneath 1 times 6. 1 times 6 equals 6 plus 2 times 6. 2 times 6 equals 12. So now I'm going to add 6 plus 12. 3 times 6 equals the sum of 6 plus 12, which equals 18. So basically, I just solved 3 times 6. 3 times 6 equals 18. And I did that by breaking my array up into two smaller arrays or two smaller multiplication problems. I solved for those and I added them up. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next two problems. The next two problems that you are going to do are on the sheet that I gave you before you started the video. 7 times 3 and 8 times 3. As you can see by looking at the picture, 7 times 3, that's a really big multiplication problem to solve. I have the array 7 groups of 3 here. I also have the dotted line going across. So what I want you to do is you're going to pause the video and you're going to solve for 7 times 3 using the distributive property. So the darker shaded array, what multiplication problem does that show? The lighter shaded array, what multiplication problem does that show? You'll write your new multiplication problems right here, and then I want you to add them up just like I did on that first slide. If you need to, go back and look at the first slide again, rewind the video, and watch me solve that first example problem again with you to help you solve the next two problems. I will be around to work one-on-one with you. Are you ready? Go ahead and pause. Check your work with mine for both the first and the second problem. Feel free to pause the video here if you need to check your work a little bit more slowly. Notice that I've labeled my new arrays, 5 groups of 3 and 2 groups of 3, but I've also rewritten my equation for 7 times 3 equals my 2 new arrays. And I'm adding my 2 arrays up. So I have a total product of 21. So 7 times 3 equals 21. And I solved that using the distributive property. Here's the answer to the second problem that you did. 8 times 3 equals 24. I've labeled my 2 new arrays, my 2 new multiplication problems that match the array, and I solved it with my equation down below. So 8 times 3 equals 24. You did a great job modeling the distributive property today with arrays to decompose units as a strategy to multiply. So now you can multiply larger facts using skip counting, drawing arrays, or the distributive property. Go ahead and look at the board and follow the next step. Bye, guys.